Right, we've got the everyday drinking bin ends and rarities sale coming up. Remind me when it is.
That's going to close on July the 24th, which is a Wednesday. Bidding goes live this coming Saturday, which is the 20th.
Yeah, so it's a week on Wednesday, isn't it? It's the week after this. This bin ends rarities everyday drinking sale is a relatively new thing that we've been doing. It's going about a year.
Yes, about a year now. We were finding that the main sale was getting quite unwieldy.
That's right. Yes, it got much too big, doesn't it? We were having to split it over 2 days and potentially 3 days, which is why we split it off, wasn't it?
Yeah. So we've got over 400 lots available to sell next week. A lot of it is with low reserve or no reserve. So when you're talking about bin ends, typically you're talking about something that maybe a trader, or they've got to the end of the one vintage and they want to move on to the next vintage. They've suddenly got 50 cases of wine, not quite sure what to do with it, and they send it to us and we sell it for them.
And remind me, what was the criteria that we used to make it distinct from the main sale to the bin end sale? Was it purely the amount of money that it costs, or?
Yes, and also the profile of the wine. So for example, we tend to have a cut-off around about £200 per dozen.
Yeah.
In the main sale, you'd be over the 200, and in the bin ends, you'd be slightly lower than that. But that's not to say there aren't some real bargains to be had. I mean, for example, we've got 24 bottles on offer, estimate about £120. There's no reserve on these, and they could actually sell for £20 if nobody else bids against you. So,
and rarities is really obvious what that means. Everyday drinking, everybody knows what that means. Bin ends. If you're not familiar with the wine world, what's a bin end?
So a bin is an area in a cellar, and you would typically put certain wines in certain bins, and then you get to the end of the bin, you've got 2 or 3 bottles left. That it's a bit like that, and we tend to find when we clear cellars, as you do all the time, we're going into a cellar and there are some fantastic things. Oh, there's Chateau Lafite and there's Chateau Latour, but inevitably, because everybody drinks in a similar sort of way, there are going to be some of these sort of slightly lesser wines.
Yes.
And we're still vetting them for condition, so that we won't sell anything that's under any kind of distress at all. The wine should be as good as it can be, and
yes,
is described as much.
It's never a sort of fire sale, is
No.
it? It's all stuff that is still market good, but for whatever reason the trader just wants to shift it on.
Absolutely, and we've particularly with the merchant stock, we've got so many current vintages. So the wines are there from 2021 or 2022 or that sort of time. I mean, we've got here. I mean, this is this is current stock. This is a lovely champagne. Rosé here, 12 bottles on offer, £160 to £200. It'll be something like that, but this is top quality rosé champagne.
So if you're having a party, a wedding, something like that, it's ideal, really, isn't it?
Indeed,
and
we've got plenty of it to go out as well. There's a good 5 lots there.
I get asked a lot on the telephone by people saying, "Well, why are some lots plus VAT and some no VAT? What's that about?"
So if the lots have come from a private vendor, then there'll be no VAT, because the private people can't then charge VAT on what they sell.
So they just pay a little bit of VAT on the commission, but not on the actual wine that they're buying.
The VAT is only on the commission.
Gotcha.
And if it comes from a trader, then we do add VAT to the hammer price. And it's as well for buyers to be aware of this. So there's a simple calculation, which is if you're spending £100 and it's a no VAT lot, the total bill to you will be £124. So our buyer's premium is 20% with the VAT on the 20% only. So your £100 with a no VAT lot is 124. With a plus VAT lot, we've got that extra £20 VAT to add. So your calculation is therefore to 1.44 times the hammer price.
So a little under time and a half, price and a half, that sort of thing.
For the plus VAT lots.
Yeah.
But believe me, the prices will reflect this in the sense of, we make sure that they are as reasonably priced as they possibly can be, because we want to get them sold. And there are definitely bargains to be had against what you might pay if you were on the open market.
That's it. So people can be reassured, if you do see a plus VAT lot, Paddy will have already done the maths for you to make sure that we're pitching it at a level that takes that into account. So they are still bargains. You alluded a minute ago to lots that have got no reserve. Is that literally true? You put a £20 bid on, you can win it if no one else bids on it?
Indeed. Our starting bid for every lot is £20, and if nobody opposes you and it's sold with no reserve, it will go at £20.
So you can have a lot of 18 bottles of wine. If there's no reserve, nobody else is interested in it, you might get it for £20 plus the bits.
Plus the
which you
premium,
explained.
absolutely, yes.
So there really are some bargains, goodness. If people fill their boots, as you say, and buy a lot of wine, That's not a problem for us to either for them to collect it or for us to ship it out, is it?
Absolutely, we send thousands of parcels all over the country, so we can palletise things at a cost of around about £70 plus the VAT, or we can send individual boxes, 1 or 2 or 3. Anything up to about 5 boxes will be an incremental charge, and then as soon as you get to 6 or more, we'll stick it on a little pallet for you, because that'll work out more cost efficient for you.
Yeah, and you needn't be intimidated by the idea of buying a pallet of wine. You might think, that's what a business would do. It really is very straightforward. We send it on a lorry that has a tail lift, so they can drop it at your door. Then you can break the pallet down, take it into your house, and you've got a pallet that you can, do something else with. But it's not purely for businesses. A pallet, we send pallets out to houses all the time.
We do indeed, yeah.
Post the sales. The final part, the rarities. Are there any sort of rarities highlights that we could look out for?
Yeah, I mean, there are. And the great thing about the sales is we never quite know what we're going to get, particularly with this sale. I mean, this is a lovely case. This is Chantemont-Labert, which came from a lovely seller in central London. And again, I mean, the lady who's selling it, she's not really worried about how much it goes for. We were just helping her out, solving a bit of a problem. But we're going to be sort of £120 to £180 for a lovely, mature Saint-Emilion Grand Cru, and you should be drinking very nicely. And
that's a
no
really
VAT
good
on this.
wine. I mean, if you were buying that in a restaurant, that's down towards the bottom of the wine list.
You're paying quite a lot for it. Yeah, absolutely.
So there you go. Everyday drinking, bin ends, rarities. It's exactly what it says on the tin, and by Jove, there are some bargains to be had.